Warning: the following contains material that may be too disturbing to some people. Descriptions of violence, mature situations, and adult themes. This is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, everybody. Let's see. Is this thing working? Hello, guys. Welcome to Forced Flesh, episode 125. How's everybody doing this week? Good? Everybody good? Yeah?
Good.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Good. I hope you guys enjoyed that intro song. Thank you to Maury and Ella for taking the time to make that with Suno AI. It's pretty bopping. It's a nice bop. Well, I hope you guys are doing awesome. I'm a little tired. I pulled a muscle in my back the day before yesterday, and that's been really nice to work with. And I've got to be at the airport super early in the morning to pick up family. But I hope you guys are all doing great. So let's do some, I guess, announcements and housekeeping stuff, something like that. So here is the art credits for Makie. Ella's art credits. If you're watching on YouTube, the links are all in the description below. But for our Twitch viewers, here is that. Created by Ella. And that's the thing for the token, right? Right, Ella? Isn't that what you said last time?
Yes, the token and the full body art.
Right on. Correction from me previously saying it was just the Vroid. You guys can also head over to Joanne's art pages at Instagram, TikTok, Coffee, and now X.com / Ace of Wands Designs and Ace of Wands 01 on Twitter / X. Let's see here. You can check out the Vash artwork from A-Team at deviantart.com / Jessica Pegarero. And of course, you can jump in our Discord server, join the chaos. It is public, it is free. Ask Allure questions if you feel like it. Bother Ella about how to make Vroid, and if she feels like it, she will help you. Yeah, you can find me around the internet. If you want to see the uncensored, unedited, unfiltered videos, you can become a patron on patreon.com / RamblemanTV or something like that. I don't know. You it's in the links. You know, if you're watching this, you know where the things are probably. So everybody, welcome back to Forced Flesh. Why don't we do that thing where we go around, we have everyone introduce themselves and their character, and then we'll talk about a little bit about what's going on with the group, where you guys are at right now, and all of that fun stuff. So first up, we've got the Diviners, Abe and Flo, played by Ferdy. How are things, Ferdy?
They feel good right now, knowing that the group has resurrected Maurice's character Lucero, but they're still like hoping that there's no infestation inside.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about, I'm sure. Lucero's totally normal. Ain't that right, Lucero? Everything is totally fine.
No weird things here.
Yeah. Thank you, Ferdy. Speaking of Lucero, up next we've got Maury playing the new and improved Lucero. Maury?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
I
you
can
are.
move again.
Yeah, you're back in the game after being out for a couple sessions. Yeah, I mean, you are feeling pretty good. I'd say you feel pretty strong. Pretty maybe driven. I don't know. We've talked a
I'm
little
a
bit.
little surprised that Lucero feels a little strong considering Mard was their donor.
Also, I was made soup out of. I was turned into a Capri Sun for a hot second.
Well, that's just normal.
Yeah, as you do. Hey,
Fair.
sometimes you put a corpse in an oven or a cauldron.
Normal
whatever.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Just the way it goes. All right. Well, thank you, Maury. Next up, we've got Keo playing courts for you guys. Keo, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Quartz spent a majority of the time trying to figure out how she could help to resurrect Lucero. She thought she could maybe use that item of his to maybe revive her. So she spent an hour trying to attune to it. Lo and behold, we didn't need it. But she also had a nice sort of small heart to heart with Hans and found out the name of his group, of his spectre grandma that talks to him.
Yeah. Let's see. I took a note of that somewhere.
It's Tyranny's Veil.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. There it is. God, my notes document has gotten really long, you guys. Cool. Well, thank you, Keo. Up next, we've got Joanne, aka Teddy Bear Lace, aka playing Cursed Deception for you guys. How are you, Joanne?
I'm good. I enjoy the new Capri Sun I found in my friend. Delicious.
Very good.
Heavenly.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Very good.
Heavenly. I make.
Yeah. It stirs up feelings in you, Cursed. It evokes emotions consuming this blood. You suddenly are kind of fond of Makie. A little bit. Temporarily.
Oh!
Well, I wouldn't say it has to be downright.
Excuse me, ma'am. That's my wife.
I wouldn't say it has to be a
spoken for.
downright attraction, but I would say at least like you're fond of Makie, like you're
Friend.
yeah, or protective, or however you want to look at it. It doesn't have to be like weird. Yeah. And you got some other stuff going on too with that.
Yeah.
Okay. What else is going on, Cursed?
After my Capri Sun, I was spoken to.
yeah, you got
and given by Samael.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
You got a archdemon lord prince thing on your shoulder.
Yeah, a little demon guy.
Yeah. Just looking out for you. That's all.
You're my dad. Boogie woogie woogie.
Yeah. Said something about both of you escaping this place or something like that.
Yes, and she's very desperate for it.
Right on. Well, thank you, Joanne. Up next, we've got Wolfrin playing Mirkrith for you guys. Wolfrin, how's it going? Yo.
Contrary to popular opinion, the dog is not sleepy. I don't know how he's reacting to I think he's kind of sitting back and seeing if there's a difference in Lucero. Is there a smell difference? Or did I
Yeah.
miss that last time?
Probably, yeah. Like, there's still some of the original smell there, for sure. Like, Lucero's scent is still there. But there's something else, too. Actually, there's almost like vague hints of your own scent there a little bit. It's really weak. There's also a lot of like this sulfury kind of brimstony ash scent.
I'm a
That
mutt.
all sounds fine. I don't see a problem with any of that.
Yeah. That's the stuff you're smelling on Lucero. Next time on What Does Lucero Smell Like?
Changes every session, you know.
Scratch and sniff, Lucero.
Right on. Well, thank you, wolf friend. Up next, we've got Ella playing Makie for you guys. Ella, how's the rabbit doing?
I am thrilled to have my partner back despite them choosing a flesh corrupted donor. And also, now I don't know if they will actually be allowed back in heaven, although I know that's not necessarily what they want, so that probably doesn't matter anyways.
Okay. I'm sure it's all fine. I'm sure everything's
But
gonna be okay.
I hope everyone has thought about their list of who they would like to be their donor now that we know it is possible.
Yeah. Right, guys? Cool.
I
Well,
just plan on not dying.
I can fix that.
That
If
tends
you
to be
don't
the
pick
goal.
a donor, I will pick one for you at the time that is necessary.
The time of death.
I'm actually really interested in seeing what would happen with Candor. Cause already tiefling. Yeah, so I'm interested in the change we might see there if there is one. I think there probably would be, but I might have to kill you just to find out. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Thank you.
PvP starts again.
Thank you, Ella, by the way. Speaking of Candor, last but not least, we've got Zach playing Candor for you guys. How are you?
Daren, actually.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's right. Daren, you're Daren now.
He hasn't officially introduced himself to everyone as such, though. Only Makie and Lucero know his new identity.
Yeah.
That's true.
And Luce has no idea where in their timeline that happened.
But you still know it happened.
Yeah. But now it's like, was it before I died? Was it after I died? Was it while I was dead? What?
Well, welcome to the chaos, Daren. You're causing some of it now.
It's still, yes, I'm boiling people. It's fun.
Right on. Right on. Well, yeah, and I'm rambling. I'll be trying to herd these cats today. Where
Cats, you think we're as herdable as cats? You're so cute.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
Yes. So we left off with the Lucero res, right? Like that's what happened. I have slept since then. I think we were over here somewhere. Yeah. And y'all had just go ahead.
Oh, does the cauldron still exist?
I think it's just a cauldron, right? Daren?
I wasn't entirely sure how
What was
he
the
made
question?
it.
Is the loose soup still there?
I probably.
Yeah, the cauldron doesn't go away, does it? Like it's not like
No, it's
yeah.
just it's a thing.
I wasn't sure
Yeah.
if it was like a temporary ability to turn scraps into something else.
No,
or
it just makes
what
one.
it was. Oh, okay.
Why are you getting clerics at the soup store?
All right. Well, I guess in that case we'll just jump right back in where we left off. So Lucero, how did we end right on you coming back? I'm sorry. I'm a little bit fuzzy.
I was up a little bit because Makie tackled me.
Okay.
I got the hands and them came back and I got to say hi to them.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe we also mentioned that Lucero doesn't have to worry about the bugs anymore because we boiled them out of him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I don't think we got quite to that yet.
we were
Well, we got to part of it.
I
We did say the first half at least.
I even gave you guys
Yeah.
XP for the bug fight, I think on Zach's recommendation.
Yeah.
I think it was. So that means that fight is over. You killed all of them, yes, because you got XP for the combat. So
Get XP for eating the bugs?
no.
No, they're already dead.
Well, think technically maybe you did. Maybe it was part of your cool XP last session. I think I did mention you eating them, but you were asleep. when I was handing out
Yeah,
XP.
no, I remember a crunchy bug soup.
I think I did mention it when I was handing out
You should.
cool XP. So yes, actually you did. Congratulations. You did get XP for that. All right. Well, so yeah, we fade back in on, I guess you guys are still hanging out in the hovel. What's going on? What are you guys doing?
Can't think of anything specifically different.
Loose needs to put on their museum so they would set Makie's, I guess, on top of their head.
What?
Loose figures Makie probably wouldn't take kindly to being set down, so they'll just set her on top of their head to put the museum back on.
No, she's
There's
still
horns
clinging
there now,
to you.
right?
Good luck. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's horns there now.
There are some horns.
So now you have like
Yeah.
handles.
She has something to hold on to.
Harder to fall off.
I'll just climb on your shoulders and hold your horns like handles.
How do you put your armor on while she's on your head?
Armor usually straps on. You don't. It's not like a t-shirt.
Did y'all strip me naked?
Makie, put your clothes back on.
Back on?
After we boiled them. we took them off when we boiled them.
So the answer was yes then, I guess.
Thought I at least had my armor on since that was my robe, so this would have been a very different interaction.
I kind of thought I left on your armor as well.
No, Makie. We said Makie was taking everything off of Lucero for you to boil them.
You did say that.
Didn't necessarily remember that part.
I do, because I remember wondering why nobody was commenting on her taking everything off. But
I think at that point, then
Ford
Luce would
did
probably
take
like
these-
excuse themselves to a back room then.
Is there a back room in the hovel?
I was about to say, what back room?
I mean,
They had like
room
bedrooms.
is a loose term. There might be like a path you can walk around and it like dead ends somewhere, but it's like
Give me
around.
a corner for Pete's sake.
Yeah, it's like
something.
it's like around a bend where you're out of sight. Sure.
I will cast darkness if I have to.
Yeah, I mean,
Now we're all blind.
you can just walk around this bend, and I mean, it like dead ends at like a very small chamber. I mean, there's really nothing back there, but yeah, I mean, you can walk kind of out of sight, like you're behind a wall, basically.
It's more just like I'm not going to change in front of y'all. I love you, but no.
Yeah, you don't have to.
So now that Lucero's back, should we take some time for them to get situated and then just rest here for a little bit? Discuss what our plan is.
That sounds good. We also have some things to talk about.
Makie, you notice Mard's eyes keep darting to the direction Lucero walked off in?
I am going to begin her monk training and kick her in the leg.
All right, you making an unarmed attack?
Non-lethal.
Okay, sure.
For Mard.
Yeah, you hit. Roll non-lethal damage. Okay. All right. Mard has 1 HP. Yeah, you hit Mard a bit harder than maybe you intended. But yeah, you don't. She kind of like yipes in pain and grabs her like shin or whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to apply the healing to that one.
She kind of grimaces and rubs her leg and just kind of like squints her eyes at you.
I will whack her again, but this time with a hand of healing.
Sure.
Let me double check what my martial arts die was. It's 8.
8. Does she get?
Well, first I guess I should see if she's gonna try and dodge and try and hit her. Okay, so it'll be a 1d8 plus 5.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, she's
Fully healed again.
yeah. Now she looks confused. Like she kind of tries to move out of the way this time, but you're faster. And then when you make contact, maybe you like hit a pressure point or something, and she kind of stops and like her posture adjusts. She's like, huh, that actually feels better. Now she just looks confused.
When after I hit her, I will say, "Eyes on me."
Eyes on me, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, she stares at you.
Good. You will make a great disciple of us.
Okay. What are you doing?
Training. But also, are you done? Because we need to talk. Everyone needs to talk, not just me and you.
Yeah. I'm coming out. Like, they're like inserting the parts of the mesium that like go into their hands and stuff as they do.
Yeah, okay.
Also, I think your Vroid died.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
I had to reload, so that's probably why. There we go. That should fix it.
You back.
And just
Before-
who are you training?
Well, when we thought that you weren't coming back, I took on Mard as my apprentice. Actually, it would be my disciple. I don't know.
Student. Perhaps.
My student. Don't worry, she can still learn from you too.
Oh, that's what she wants.
Yeah, she makes a face at you, Lucero.
They just like grin and chuckle, ruffle her hair.
Make an insight check. Yeah, the face is like, oh God, please help me.
Come on. Once we have our talks, I'll teach you the basics about magic.
That's the help that she gets.
And they like pat her head.
And once everyone is ready, I will begin.
They also scoop Makie up onto their shoulder.
Yeah, like Faith of Sorrow is paying attention in hands. You got Mard's attention for sure. Ruin is kind of like just staring at you with his head tilted to one side. He's drooling a little bit.
Wow, he's more messed up right now than he was last session.
He's paying attention.
Yeah, so Maki will say, I feel like we should discuss this before we make our plans because it might affect our plans in some way. I don't know. But the place where he took me, and she's gonna indicate who she now knows as Daren.
Yeah, you point at him.
She's not gonna say that name because she already told him that's his secret to tell everyone, not hers. But anyway, so she'll indicate him and say the place he took me. The person there tried to give me a gem. I didn't take it, and some weird stuff happened. But it turns out that he accepted one sometime before he took me there. And when I looked into it, I saw something that either is a what's happening now, or a potential future, or somebody trying to mess with us. And what I saw was the golden city that I saw before I followed you all here. And things did not look good. It looked like whoever was in charge of that region was taking over armies from multiple Arcana. And she's going to basically describe what I put in my notes. for more details.
Sure. Yeah. So, the vision was that place, large open area there where you can kind of see the top of the pyramid, and yeah, you got it. There's all these different armies from different factions were there. And this light shines out from the pyramid, and yeah,
Turning people to dust.
yeah.
And apparently, he had a different vision, or whatever it is, when he looked into it. She's gonna look at you, Daren, for you to elaborate on what you saw.
Yeah, I'll say that I kind of saw a flood in the Sun District.
Faithless Sorrows makes a face. I guess insight check if you want.
Heck yeah.
Yes, I should roll.
Yeah.
There you go, Quartz.
So she kind of like raises her eyebrows really quick. Yeah, you got it too, Makie.
Girl.
It's like she kind of like raises her eyebrows really quick, and her kind of face perks up like, ooh, that's interesting. She doesn't say anything.
Now, before I rejected the gem, when I tried to ask what it was, I did pick up that it was potentially magical. And I am wondering if perhaps more of you went there, if you would get other gems that would have similar effects. I'm not allowed back, apparently, because I rejected mine.
I don't know that I'm allowed back, actually.
So, are you saying this vision of yours is the future, the present?
I don't know what it is. I would like to gather more information. I don't
What
think
if
you
it was
took.
just showing you a random image and it doesn't actually mean anything?
That could be the case. But if it is not the case, I think it is important to consider for the future of heaven. I don't think she gave you the gem back, right? You didn't ask for it back?
No.
Okay, then she will hold it out if anybody wants to take a look at it.
Quartz will take a look at it.
All right. Quartz. You look into the gem. You're holding it in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a d10. All right. You age 2 years. And you get a vision. You see Rifa. A very close-up view of his face. He's covered in sweat. He looks scared isn't really the right word. Determined, stressed. And he's doing something strenuous, but you can really only see his face. You can't tell what's happening. You do see he brings up like a hand to his face to wipe the sweat away, and when he does, he leaves like a smear of blood on his face. His eyes dart over, like from whatever direction he was facing, probably center left at the camera. They dart over to the right, and almost like a panicked expression appears on his face. And he just says, Nurnum. And then the vision ends.
Is his voice like exasperated?
Yeah, like he almost has trouble finding the word when he tries to speak. It's like a struggled gasp. I wouldn't say it's like a death rattle or anything like that.
I'm going to test something out by doing sending.
Okay.
To Raifa.
Yeah. What do you say?
And I will type it out so I can count up the number of words.
Sure. Raifa's cell phone rings.
Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And I can only do how many words? 25 words. Okay, perfect.
25.
What is happening there right now? You okay? Stuck and can't get to you. If you know a way to get there, say so. Okay. Roll me a d20. Just don't roll a 1. All right, you're good. Okay. So you send this message. What is happening there right now? You okay? Stuck and can't get to you. If you know a way to get there, say so. You get a message back. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17. All right. So here's the message you get back. Heaven is coming apart. Not good. Civil war in the streets. Where have you been? Get where?
I'm going to tell the group that it looks like it looks like heaven's coming apart. And I describe the vision that I got from the gem. And tell them that it may be giving them visions of the present. . it may be showing us what's happening right now.
I will tell you this, because you hear the message, right? Like, you hear them?
Mhm.
He doesn't sound exasperated or, like, tired or anything. Like, he sounds...
I was gonna say, wasn't there already civil war in the streets when we all disappeared? That's why we were sent to investigate things.
Yeah, it was starting. It was starting to happen. He sounds in the message, he sounds relatively calm, and collected. Like, he's not out of breath or anything. That's all. That's all I wanted to point out.
Then I'll change my answer and say that it looks like it may be the future, because it doesn't seem like what I saw
Correct.
vision is what I'm hearing from my brother at this moment.
Quartz, do you have a spare spell slot to send another message?
Yep. Is there something you want to send to someone to send to?
Rife is fine. I just can't do anything until I reconnect back to the museum. Can you ask him if, well, in the best way to explain it in the time and the word amount that you have, if I can go back? Considering what's happened?
Help me put it in the best words.
Died and got revived in the void?
We're in the void. Lucero died and got revived. Do you know if it's possible to bring him?
Maybe better to just simply ask if creatures from the void can go there.
Well, if we ask just that, he may simply say, "Why would we want to bring them there?" One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I'm going to send this.
We're in the void. Lucero died, got revived. You know if it's possible to bring them back to heaven. Can void creatures go to heaven? Okay. Let's see here.
It's at times like this I had Daren's side bolstered back.
Do we need to roll again?
Yeah, you gotta roll another d20, yeah. Okay, you're good. Okay, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right, we have a little bit more words to work with. Let's see here. Might be too many. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 exactly. All right. Here's the response. Void. How? Resurrection magic won't prevent return. Creatures tainted by void unpredictable. Could be destroyed by fountain or commit blasphemy. Should purge first if possible.
I'll relay the message to the group.
Like, we know how we got here, but okay.
I mean, I can say how we got here, but it's too long for whatever you're doing.
Well, if we're at least gonna wait for me to do to the museum, we have an hour.
No, I mean, like, I don't think you can send it via the spell that you've been casting. Unless you can cast it a lot.
There. We'll
we know how
shelve
to,
that for now.
Do we know how to purge? That's something maybe you guys.
I mean, I don't know about purge. I know we have something that can purify.
Not cleanly. Not nicely.
Is that possible? I can do a roll to see if I would know how to purge.
Yeah, can we roll to see if we know how to purge?
Make an intelligence check. Or
Can I also roll this?
Religion?
yeah, or religion. Cursed, yes. But your information is probably gonna be different from what they get. You could also roll an Arcana, cursed, I guess.
You said it was Arcana for me, religion or what?
Intelligence, I think. You can try to lawyer something else if you want. History, okay.
I was gonna ask if I could try and argue medicine, but that's a different kind of purge, I think.
Yeah, that would be different kind of purge, I think.
All right, I'm.
Did I do Arcana?
Sure. Okay. All right.
Oh, somebody already did history.
Really?
No, I'll do a history.
I know
Okay.
all things.
Oh,
Holy
apparently
shit.
I do too.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
we know everything.
Cursed and Makie both crit. Lucero got a 24. Diviner's got a 16 on history. And
That's crazy.
Court's got a 29. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me think about this for a second. Okay. So religion, Courts. Yeah, he's talking about like purging the purging like the taint of the void off of them. If it was somebody that was like possessed by a demon, this would mean like removing the demon through like an exorcism or something. So whatever it is that's causing this demonic taint.
Thank you for laughing at me.
You would have to remove that, is what he's saying. And as far as like just like a simple bless spell or something like that, probably not gonna cut it.
We're unclean.
Would I know what would cut it?
I mean, let me take a. I don't think you know a spell that would help you here, but let me take a look at your sheet just in case.
How much blood
Well,
can
I for sure
Lucero
don't.
survive with?
It's possible.
Person?
It's
No.
possible. It's possible for it to be done, but it like the only thing you can really think of that might do it at this point would be to like remove the demon blood from Lucero somehow. It's maybe you could, if you knew like powerful magic like reincarnation, because you could change the Lucero to a different form, basically. Perhaps it's possible you could change Lucero to one without a demonic taint on them. But unlikely because you can't really control. Huh?
A greater restoration wouldn't be able to do it.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, a greater restoration is not going to fix it for sure.
I will relay that to the group. Whatever I know.
Ebb and flow, history. I mean, purging. You'd probably have enough to know that, like, yeah, purging the demons usually means like killing them, burning them with holy fire, stuff like that. Exorcisms, sure. That's usually what that means. Arcana, Lucero. I mean, if you could magically find a way to get this demon blood out of your body, that would be considered purging it. There's a magical way to do that without killing you. I don't know that you know. I don't know that you can think of one right now, which is worrying. But it's theoretically possible. It might be related to like soul magic, perhaps, like some kind of like old forbidden magic could maybe do it, but the results are unpredictable. You might even have to like sacrifice half of your soul to do it.
Oh, I know who I need to call once I get my museum back to working.
For our
Not a sin against heaven.
for our crits,
They let him back in.
for our crits here, cursed definitely is possible magically, way beyond your limits, way beyond the limits of anyone you've probably ever met, except for like perhaps maybe like a demon prince. We're talking like god level creatures could maybe do something like that. A wish spell, that's good looking out. That a wish spell might be able to do it, yeah. It would have to be something that powerful, yeah. Maquia, history. Whew, and you crit. And you're from heaven. You remember hearing something about it happening. You can't remember where exactly you heard the story, but it was a rumor. You have been around a while, right, Maquia? About as long as Lucero?
Longer.
Okay. Were you there when like heaven was founded?
I don't know. I just know that Maquia went to heaven before Lucero.
Okay. Maybe you heard a rumor or something that something similar happened with some of the primordials before they became Arcana. Meaning, some of them were tainted by the void. They were able to purge the corruption, and because of that, that was part of their ascension process to becoming an Arcana. So
they were probably monks.
So possible. However, it's huge. And, well, like, you know, Lucero could potentially, I mean, it's not like the only step. There's other steps. But Lucero, if Lucero could do it, and survive it, could be potentially like Arcana level powerful. It's something you would probably, if the story is true.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Do what?
What?
So, that's what you know, Makie. Cursed, you know it's possible. It takes something really powerful to do it, like a demon prince or something like that. Yeah, I think that covers everybody. All right, that's what you guys know. Continue.
Well, basically, it's a good thing that your spell to teleport us there didn't work, or we probably would have had some dead void friends on our hands.
Yes, and if we do find a way to cleanse Lucero, we would need to do it to everyone else here with horns.
Faithless. Faithless points at Daren and says, "Not him."
Cursed pulls her cloak hood up.
What's the
What
sound?
about me?
Or just saying that you wouldn't need to be purged to return is all.
You're the only person with horns that doesn't need to be purged. So far. That might change. Quartz-san, that spell you used to contact Raifa-san, does he also know the spell?
Does he know the spell, Ramblin? Sending?
Yeah, he probably does, yeah. I think it makes sense that he would know it.
Can you message him one more time, asking him to message you if the thing you saw about him happens? That will allow us to confirm if it is something about the future or not.
It'll be difficult because the thing I saw is him saying Nurnum in a tired voice and him looking tired and hurt. So if you want me to tell him anytime he's hurt to message us, I suppose I could do that. Or anytime he calls out to Nurnum, but I don't think that's the best.
Maybe the idea him and Nurnum are in trouble.
So tell
Did it
him
sound-
to call out to us if they are in trouble.
Did it seem like he was mad at Nurnum-san, or did it seem like relieved to see him?
Make an insight check. He seemed like he was calling out to him for help.
He was calling out for help. I mean, I could tell him to contact us if they're in need of help, but that's... I mean, that could be a range of situations.
I mean, the kind of trouble he would be in to call for Nernum if he was in trouble too.
Describe as much of the scene as you can, and maybe have him also tell Nernuma-san, just in case, to contact you. If such a scenario happens. Or maybe more of you look into the gem. Maybe we could get more potential futures that we could get a better idea of things.
Should we start with that first?
You could also go back to the place where he got this. She points at Daren.
I think I'm still holding on to the gem. I'm gonna hand it back to Makie. But I will turn to Candor and ask him, Candor, dear, I've never asked you this before, but if demon blood can't go to heaven, does that mean that you were purged of demon blood?
I have no idea.
Because he's not from the void.
Yeah, I died up there and then went. Didn't die down here. Does that make sense?
Well, from what I understand, they didn't die down here either. They died in the world.
Well, I mean, kind of as we can see with, and kind of gestures towards the new Lucero. It seems more along the lines of this place down here changes features to be more in line with those of my type, rather than actually having them be that to begin with.
So sorry, he hates the fly zapper.
Mirkrith sees a squirrel.
Little demon
It's
squirrel.
a demon squirrel.
Little demon squirrel just comes into the hovel and then immediately leaves.
Mirkrith just lights off, full dog attention. Just
So you're saying that the void just simply makes it look like the demons, but Lucero might not actually have demon blood?
Oh no, he probably does since he's got somebody else that's from here.
Speaking of Ander, they like squinty eye at Daren.
Yes.
We need to talk later.
Sure.
Why don't you talk now? We're all talking openly anyways.
Are you fine talking here in front of everybody, or would you rather discuss more privately?
I don't see why I wouldn't be comfortable here.
Is it about something that happened while you were not with us, but with us?
In heaven.
In heaven?
How much of it was a lie?
What do you mean?
Our relationship.
None of it?
They like arch a brow at that.
I mean, insofar as none of it, minus that.
What is that?
I hope you forgive me for inciting you.
I mean, you can try.
I also wish to insight.
Yeah, that's
me.
That's the thing.
I don't. He doesn't even need
So-
to roll.
So, Daren, you can make your roll to GM only
Oh,
if you like.
yeah.
That way they can't tell which skill you use.
Oh, let's see.
Can I also insight him?
Not advantage. Okay.
Oh my god, I can't. Oh no.
You're in the same boat as Luce.
Except a
One
bit
blood,
more.
2 idiots.
The one brain cell is ping ponging between them.
Ding, 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 ding.
I think I'm just waiting on Daren's roll.
It's done.
I don't see it. I don't see.
It's.
Oh
that's
wait,
weird.
I'm dumb. I hadn't scrolled down.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well. Yeah, everybody, he's hard to read. Like you can't really.
I am hard to read one way or another.
It's like you can't really tell. I don't know, Daren. If you got something you'd like to add to that, you can.
Did somebody else roll something higher?
No.
Then it won't really matter. The only thing that I add to it is if I fail.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Unless Faithless Sorrow also rolled. I don't know why she would, but she's been doing that to people, so.
Sure. I mean, I'll give her a chance to roll if you want her to roll. I don't think she's gonna beat what he rolled, but let's see.
Kander got like a 40.
Here we go. Insight. I mean, yeah. All right. Yeah, she also fails. She actually had a pretty good roll though. But... Okay.
So what is that you're referring to? Kender?
Oh, just my name.
What's wrong with your name? I don't understand.
Well, you know how I told you can call me Candor?
Yes.
Not exactly my name.
So what is your name?
Daren, good to meet you.
And why did you feel like you needed to lie, David?
I didn't lie. I said you could call me Candor.
Sorry, why did you want an alias, David?
Let's just say I didn't necessarily enter heaven the correct way.
And what does that mean?
Luce's arms are crossed over their chest, like fingers tapping one arm. You would think after at least 400 years, you would have at least told someone.
Well, when you have the looming danger of getting kicked out all the time, I think it'd be rather a bad idea to tell anyone.
How did you get into heaven?
Oh, a little paperwork mishap here and there.
Can you elaborate?
400 years of kicking people in the sun's domains behind because they kept teasing you.
Sorry, what was
And
that?
you didn't. 400 years of kicking people in the sun's domain behind because they kept teasing you, and you didn't think you could at least mention something?
I think
I mean, it's not exactly easy. The alternative is annihilation, so not exactly, wanting to get involved in that. But hey, I'm out
Why?
of there now, so it doesn't matter.
Why did you go there?
To heaven?
Yes.
Like I said, the alternative is annihilation.
So I think we're focusing on the wrong question. I think the
Makie
question's
is
not
like me.
free, but how? If you know of an alternative way to go to heaven, can you share with the class, please?
Well, like I said, it was just a mix-up well, not mix-up. It was a little sleight of hand with the paperwork when I got in.
I love this. This is great.
Did you go there to spy?
No, I went there because I would rather not die.
She insight.
Luz
checks
has
you
this
again.
clearly like trying to put the puzzle pieces together look on their face.
It's really hard to read.
So you died and went to heaven.
I died and had the opportunity to go to heaven. I was going to get rejected, and then managed to swap paperwork at the last minute.
He
Who
sounds.
switched the paperwork for you?
Me, I did.
How?
And how did you manage to do that?
You would be surprised at how unobservant some of the people up there are.
Maybe that's the line.
Or
he
Are
sounds
you telling
really
me
convincing.
you went over the?
Like what he's saying makes
Order
sense.
Telling me
is
you just
a
reached
hell
over
of
the
a
thing
thing.
and switched the papers?
look, when you ask for a glass of water and they go get it for you, what else am I supposed to do?
You what?
Well,
Sam, can I
since we're
ask?
Yeah, what do you want to ask? What do you want to ask? What's up?
So when you die, what's the process? Is there a line? Is there like a clerk? Like, do we know this information? Like,
It's probably a little bit
can you
different.
Can you paint the picture?
As far as like how you perceive it, it's probably a bit different for everyone. Like
Daren has a very clerical mind, and so it was more of a clerical, deal.
yeah, I like it.
Interesting.
I think it it makes a lot of sense.
Oh.
How he's describing it, and like if he was just really good at subterfuge and like trickery and manipulation and stuff, like it's theoretically possible. I tell you what, make a history or religion check. If you're trying to figure out if this is something like that could happen. Okay. Courts. You've heard a story about a similar thing happening. There was this guy who used to be you actually met him. Uberma is his name. And the story goes that he was the bodhisattva for the magician. And eventually he was sort of at odds with some of the people in heaven. He ended up sort of being chased off because he was doing some magic he wasn't supposed to be doing. He was basically, there's some certain magics that they didn't really like him pursuing so much. So he ends up leaving. Well, on the way out, he stole his divine soul on the way out. And became immortal because of it. So like he took his immortality with him, you might say. So things like this can happen, and like the way that story goes changes depending on who tells it. Like some people say he literally like broke into this vault where they store everyone's souls and like found his somehow, and it was in like a container of some kind that he took with him. And other people say he had to like fight a great beast of heaven and defeat it. Others say he cast a 10th level spell right? Or something like that, right? And that's how he made everything happen. So yeah, like what he's saying is theoretically possible, and you might have even heard some similar stories. The people who pulled off stuff like this were probably some of the greatest at what they did. I'll tell you that. Oh, okay. Hang on. I got a DM. Oh, are you?
That's a good question. I wonder if it would be. I don't think it would be all in a different language.
Alrighty, Daren. So, entrances side, I have another one.
Okay, yeah. I think we're on the same page. Okay. Cool. All right. So continue. Sorry.
You're good.
Let's see.
Is it just every time we mention like an Arcana or heaven or one of the Arcanas by name, we just get like a flinch from all the other tieflings?
I mean,
yeah, and you too.
Maybe
You
not even
too.
the others now.
You too,
Yeah,
Lucero.
let's say you too now.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh well.
I'm surprised they don't
Well,
just
but
power
power
into
them
it.
out.
If we're talking in common, they wouldn't know.
Oh,
That's the
yeah,
question.
right.
What are we talking in? I had kind of assumed we were talking more in common rather than the other.
I was talking in
Yeah.
common.
There's only
Yeah.
But
I
you're
would have
still
started talking
using
in
those
whatever
names.
understand
they were
Abyssal.
talking in.
There's only one person
Okay,
that
yeah,
doesn't
we're-
understand Abyssal.
Yes,
Would be
Mirkwood,
Mirkwood,
whereas
I believe,
everybody
yeah.
else understands Abyssal, so it makes sense to talk to the most amount of
Well,
people
I
at once.
think everyone
Okay.
who understood it was usually because they cast a spell or had something, right?
Well-
I think Lucero and Quartz had to
Let me
keep
check my
casting
spell
tongues.
list.
True, actually, I don't know that Lucero
I
necessarily.
have to use my
understands it.
medium for tongues. But
Yeah,
now
so
that
you
I'm
wouldn't
a
understand
tiefling,
that
I have
either.
it. I have like
We definitely
speech.
would have stocked. We definitely would have started in common then, because you wouldn't be speaking it otherwise.
I think even when you say the names in common, like maybe the proper names of
They're
the
holy
Arcana
names.
are universal. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably feels a bit weird.
Yeah.
Bad ASMR.
Yeah.
So does Daren reply to what Lucero said?
What did he say I didn't reply to?
Leans over to mumble
It was a
entrance.
question.
That's a Makie.
Can you
Not
repeat?
to me.
No, it was verbal, but then it got really
entrance-
silent for a while, so I was like,
Oh, okay.
Entrance aside, I now have another question for you.
What's that?
They have like this like trying to remember but can't quite place it. At some point, you and Makie were talking to me. I don't quite know when.
Were you on a table and in very much pain?
Pain levels differed throughout the conversation, but yes. You said
Yeah, that
you
was
were
a few
in
minutes
control
ago.
now.
Well, actually, a few hours ago.
So if Candor was just an alias, what's going on now?
Oh, I assume the same thing that's going on with and gestures to hands.
Yeah, he's in the middle of a conversation with somebody that's not there. Like, you look over at Hands, and he's like, look, just let them do their thing. And he's, like, facing someone talking to them. There's nobody there.
Smug
And then he
smile
realizes that
towards
the
the other
entire
people.
group is... And then he just realizes the entire group is staring at him and just freezes for a hot second.
And he just looks over at you guys, this awkward look on his face.
I mean, doesn't Quartz know now who that is? Quartz talked to him. Candor knows too, I think.
Yeah, he explained it to some of you guys, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luce knows too.
He's talking to Tyranny's Veil.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like...
Well, not
nods.
really. It's probably a mental thing.
He did say that the demon who's in charge of madness caused this, so...
Yeah, mine happened at the same time, so...
So who do you talk
Probably
to?
same thing. Myself.
If he's talking to someone called Tyranny's Veil, then who are you talking to?
Candor, of course. Or rather, Candor was talking to me.
So now you're like them, and they point over towards Abe and Flo.
Probably not. I'm just crazy.
So you're actually Kandoru-san, but you became affected by the same thing he was, and now you're calling yourself Daren-san.
No, I was Daren first. I was Daren first. Candor was just something I went by in the mortal planes. As a second identity. Just to have more than one.
Oh my.
Birka barks in the background.
Would a good way to explain it be like my faces?
To some degree, yes.
Maybe you don't change shape or anything, but alternate personality, that kind of thing.
Right.
So what's the plan with you two?
Well, probably to stay here or at least try and get back to the mortal realm.
Not
really rather
quite what I
prefer
was
not
meaning.
having the, like, threat of, complete annihilation hanging over me the entire time up there.
Fair. Not
Faithless Sorrow
What?
says, why would you be annihilated?
Well, because I don't belong.
neither did I, but don't worry about it.
I thought...
What I was more meaning was like, yes, dear?
Well,
Nothing.
it's
Well,
just...
they also lean over to look at Faithless.
I thought you just returned to the wheel or something, right?
Yes, but then I'm not me.
She kind of like...
I say annihilation. I mean, this instantiation of me.
Right.
I mean, you get it back when you get enlightened in heaven, but I mean, most people don't know that until it happens. Or, you somehow Beat the system. I don't want to know how you did that by yourself. I don't entirely believe paperwork, but you have fun with that lie.
Are there any other secrets that we should know about?
Not particularly.
I insight that single sentence.
I mean, we're probably not gonna do well, but
that is the thing. I'm really trying to think if there is anything that I have done / plan to do that I need to like do this one way or the other. It's not really gonna matter because I have the exact same like bonus.
Sorry, I kind of knew it wasn't really going to matter, but like
Lucero,
it just
I'm gonna
sounded
do what
sus.
Daren feels. Is this okay? 2 GM.
Sure.
And that actually would be a 10.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it seems like he seems convincing. Like he's telling you the truth. He seems being honest. Like, yeah.
But
Fine.
more with your plans earlier, what I meant was do you want to keep yourself separated to separate personalities, or...
Oh no, this is annoying.
Okay. Yeah. How long were you planning to keep that hidden before you just finally got tired of it?
When it got boring. And it did.
Glad I could have been an amusement for 400 years. It's like very
no,
heavily
up there it was
sarcastic.
more survival. Down here, I was just waiting for the right moment, but nobody ever asked me my name.
I mean,
Every time you say that, it's the first episode of Full House in my mind where they're like, why didn't you tell us where the diapers are? And Stephanie's like, nobody asked.
Literally every time I have been introduced by someone else.
You didn't let me do the thing, so you didn't know the thing.
yeah, I don't actually remember how you introduced to how you were introduced to Maki.
Lucero
did it, yeah.
Introduced
And this is
everyone.
Candor.
Nice.
Yeah, because Lucero was so excited to introduce their best friend to their wife.
Betrayal.
Dang.
Yeah, look how that bit him in the ass.
Well, Makie believes that he doesn't have any other secrets he's hiding, so she's gonna walk on over to Abe and Flo. And she's going
What's up?
to hold the gem out for you.
What is this for?
I would like to know what you see in it.
All right. Do I have to hold it?
Did people have to hold it to
Yeah.
see in
Yeah.
it? Yes.
I'll do an investigation from afar.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you're looking at it. You can see the glint of light coming off of it. You see what looks like a moving image that flickers as you look at it. In the image, you see a pillar of light, but you'd have to get a closer look to see what else is going on.
All right. Let me have it. And they touch it. Grab it.
All right, roll me a d10. All All right.
All sacrifice some years to gain a vision of the future.
You age 2 years, and what you see is a view of heaven, all of it, actually, from afar. It's
Ooh,
like
does that cause psychic damage?
no, I don't think you take any damage. But
Just
you're
saying they might see the mystery district.
Ooh, actually, that's a fair point. Yeah, you know what? Sure, I'll deal some psychic damage to you.
But they
Didn't
also
you
get
have
information
to-
because they get to see it.
Didn't we have to go through a gate to see the mystery
Yeah, but there's
district?
no roof on it. I'm gonna allow
there's
it.
no route. Oh, okay. Never
Yeah,
mind.
that's what I thought was like seeing it from the top down, bird's eye view.
I'll just roll a little bit of psychic damage on you. It's not a huge deal.
But hey, now you get to see the mystery district.
6 psychic damage. And
That's not bad.
yeah, you see all the districts of heaven, and you see they're like spinning around this huge pillar of light in like it's probably nighttime right now, so maybe the sun's not in the sky, but there's a lot of stars and clouds and stuff. And you realize like what you're looking at is like the wheel, the great wheel. But yeah, you can see all the districts of heaven, and there's one you don't recognize. This one you don't recognize, you see this great golden pyramid in it. It's larger than anything else in the district. The other buildings you do see are all also made out of gold, and kind of like, do you know what Euclidean architecture means?
Do you mean non-Euclidean?
Non-Euclidean. Yes, I think you're right. Let me see.
Like the Escher paintings.
Yeah, like it doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah. So like stairs that go nowhere, for example, or go turn upside down, suddenly turn at weird angles, fold in on themselves, that kind of thing. And in that way, it's unlike many of the other districts. The other thing is different is the top of this pyramid is glowing bright, and you can see a like a line of light coming off of this huge central pillar, and almost like funneling into the pyramid itself. As you're watching this big wheel sort of turn around this central pillar, suddenly there's a bunch of these dark clouds roll in, and you hear this sickening like crack sound, like an earthquake, and like stone coming apart. And you can see all this debris flying off of this orbiting wheel, all this stone and marble and gold sort of scattering out into the dark, starry night. As the wheel sort of like comes to a grinding halt. You can see this big fracture in it. The central pillar of light that it's sort of like spinning around starts to flicker and then fade as the vision comes to an end.
And then I told Maki, have you ever seen this golden pyramid? I saw something.
I've seen a golden pyramid. I saw one when I looked into this gem, and I saw one before I followed you guys here. That is what you saw?
Yeah. It's some sort of district that I've never been before. In heaven.
What happened in it?
There's a lot of like light, and then some sort of dark clouds come in, and cracks of like sound, like debris flying everywhere, made out of gold. and marble.
Just
And
in
that's what
that
I thought.
area?
Yeah. I don't see any person or people. It's just the geometry or like the topography of the place, I guess.
I see.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Hmm. Anyways, have you ever does anybody know how we could meet with this prince? The prince demon here, the demon prince here?
We had a meeting with one that we were supposed to make, and we didn't.
Oh. Oh, that's where you guys were headed off to?
Yes? Makia looks around for Lucero. Goes to find them.
We're just like sat on the floor.
Do we meet
did
with
you
this
hand the-
demon? Oh yeah, I hand it back.
Okay. As Makia walks up to Lucero, she is holding out the gem for Lucero, but maintaining the conversation that Abe and Flo are asking questions of.
I mean, we're just around that corner. It's not like people can't hear each other.
Yeah. I think the plan is to try going back there once Lucero has recovered.
Okay.
Give me about an hour. Just need to reconnect with everything.
Okay, sounds good.
And it's your turn. She holds the gem up for you.
Who are you offering the gem to?
Lucero, to look and see
Lucero.
Oh, okay.
what they see.
I hold it up.
Roll a d10. You age 7 years, Lucero.
I can't imagine he was expecting all of us to use it just one after the other. So,
Listen,
I
I took
mean,
a lot
we-
of restraint just now not to say I grab it.
we
I mean,
did
you
say
could
we
grab
were
it from
gonna-
Lucero.
I grab it.
We did say that we were gonna see what
okay.
everybody sees, so that we could figure out the best, like, if courts can tell people to contact her if certain events happen.
Mm.
So Makia was continuing on that now that we're done talking to Candor.
Here's I can kind of do one for Lucero if you guys want. I mean, if you
Well,
You want-
apparently it's gonna get cut off because it just got snatched from my hands.
Sorry.
you should
Carson
be.
can wait.
What are you doing?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just start one for you then, and then we'll have Cursed snatch the gem out of your hand. Okay, Lucero, you're standing atop this golden platform. You're surrounded by the people here. everyone's in like a fighting stance. You look forward as you look around and see the group of your friends here. And they're all looking at something. You turn and look at the thing that they're looking at, and there's this bright light. It's really hard to focus on. Like, it hurts your eyes. And so you hold up your hand and to sort of like block the light, and in between your fingers, you make out the silhouette of this man. The light kind of fades slightly as he turns around to face you. He's all draped in gold, and it's the same guy that Makie was describing. He turns around to face you. You look up in the sky, and you see stars, a sun, a moon, and this great pillar of light that you know as the fountain. It's behind him. The fountain is behind him. He turns to sort of face you all, and he looks right at you, Lucero, and he holds a hand out in the air and sort of plucks a golden spear from the air. He says to you, Lucero, he says, I see you. And his lips don't move, you just hear it in your mind. This resounding, calm, confident voice. You feel him staring through you, looking into your soul.
This is not a vision kind of thing.
Yeah, he actually sees you.
Is this where it cuts off? Because of cursed?
Yeah, it cuts off, and
as soon as she takes it from her, because Luce's hands also start to move, it's the motion of making her gestures, no. Which Makie knows is very out of character for Luce.
What happened? Why did you do that? What happened was to Lucero, and the why did you do that was to Cursed.
Hey, take a 3, because my actual hellhound has to go potty, and I'm the only one in the house. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry.
All right.
I actually got to use the restroom anyways.
Okay. Break.
Yeah, you guys want to do a quick 5-minute break? It's fine. I'm fine with that.
Sure.
All right. I'll put us on a break screen. There we go. And we'll be back in 5 minutes, you guys. 5 minutes. I'll play a little song while we're out.
Oh God.
Intermission.
Oh God.
Narcissus twisted authority, Cassidy's broken folly, Claire's growing animosity, Clarence melancholy, Iris faltering personality, Kintsugi's frozen finale. That name will never again see the light of day. This time it is not so cold. This time it is not so cold, but the pain in my chest lingers like decay. This desire took hold of my heart, took hold of my heart. I'm so sorry, my friends. The moon kept the secret that weighs upon my soul. I was never one of you. I got it from other side. Enlightened in heaven, master tall, alongside my wife Makie. But from grace to the void I did fall. Exhausted and weakened, I was led astray. It was the start of my downfall. Now my tolls I must pay. The moon kept the secret that weighs upon my soul. I was never one of you. I got it from
returned.
Even though I don't do it much, I usually imagine they're like, oh.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello? Are we
Huh?
Are we back?
Hello?
Are we,
We're
what's
just
the-
gaining information on what happens when Lucero changes forms now.
Oh, okay.
With Luce, as a changeling, I usually imagined it to be kind of like pretty seamless, smooth transitions.
Yeah.
But Wolfrin usually describes mirrors as, like roiling, boiling, kind of bubbly kind of stuff.
Pulling
Yeah.
off skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how is Luce? So how is this now being part flesh corrupted? How is this going to affect Lucero's?
Have you seen the last season of The
A good
Boys?
question.
Your last season of what?
The boys.
The Boys.
No.
I imagine it's very much like that. Kind of like
I haven't seen it, but I've heard people talking about it.
I'm scared now.
Chemicals transformation or
no.
No.
There's a shapeshifter in The Boys on the most recent.
oh
season.
that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I think they basically just peel their skin away, so they just leave a bloody mess everywhere whenever they need to shift.
Will they start feeling warm or something, and then
Yeah.
just start peeling off skin? It's gross.
There's no gifts, sadly.
I know. I was trying to find one too.
What are here? I've got a 2-minute video clip that supposedly shows it. But
Oh my god, you are burning up. Are you okay?
it's just the audience is just getting the audio. all right. I'm gonna watch it right now. I don't know. I guess it's up to you, Maury. Do you want it to be a little bit bloody? What are you wanting? Because this will affect how you interact in scenes and stuff, I'd imagine. So yeah, I don't want to do something that you don't want for sure. But what are you thinking?
Maybe not bloody, since it's still ultimately at the end of the day it's still their skin they're usually shifting. It since it was Fae, I think it was more intended to be like a glamour spell
Okay,
originally.
sure.
So maybe incorporate like the y'all watch like the Harry Potter series, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like when they drink the polyjuice potion, like it just like roils and bubbles and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not a comfortable transformation. I know from what I remember, it's been years since I've seen some of the movies, but like sometimes they grab their gut in pain and stuff when they're changing, right? Like,
Yeah, no. Pentagru's transformation is really wiggly and stressful looking.
yeah.
I can see it in my mind.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I think that's cool. It's kind of like a happy medium. Like it doesn't get crazy gory or anything, but it's also not comfy, really. Yeah, I think that's fine. I like it. Cool. Okay. Well, do we have everyone back?
I think so.
Think so. All right.
If you hear growling, it's okay. They're fighting. They're playing.
No, they're fine. It's all good. It's all good. Well, let's pick back up, I guess. What are you guys doing as we fade back in?
I'm grabbing that rock.
You
What
grabbed the
Lucero
rock.
saw and why Cursed did that.
Are you trying to get a vision, Cursed?
I want one too. Everybody else got one.
Roll me a d10.
With Luce, it just kind of got thrust into your hands.
Mikra didn't get one.
Yeah.
I've got-
Or
Yeah.
I've got one in mind for Mirkrith too.
Oh God.
So you age 4 years. And here's what you see. You don't get a view of heaven. You get something else.
great.
You're standing in like an old dark stone tomb. You must be down in the earth because you can kind of smell earth, and like a wetness, like a dampness. And there's no light. Looking around the room, you see a bunch of strange looking people. Some of them, a lot of them are just standing there. Everyone's sort of like facing the same direction, some with their heads down. There's probably men, women, and you do notice like one of the ones closer to you because it's so dark, but you can see with dark vision. One of the women closer to you turns, and you look down at her arms, and they're snakes. I don't know how else to describe it. She has no arms. Instead, coming out of her like sleeves, they're all wearing rags. Like everyone in here is wearing like these dirty rags. Coming out of her sleeves, where arms should be, are serpents, dark serpents, which kind of like you sort of catches you off guard a little bit. You look up at her face, and she has like hair coming over her face, but there's like a part in it. And through the part in her hair, you can see like a reflective slit eye on her. You turn to look at what they're looking at, and they're all like facing this altar. You can see some of the other people in the room have other snake features as well, like serpent-like features. Like one man is like dark scaled from like the shoulders up, like a cobra hood on him. Like a snake's head, basically, kind of like this mixture between human and snake. They're all facing this altar, and you turn to look at the altar, and you see your dagger on it, and it's glowing. And behind the altar is this big circular stone seal. The people in the room suddenly start chanting. You're not sure if they were already chanting and you just couldn't hear it, or if it just suddenly started. It's kind of hard to place in your mind. But you suddenly are just like aware that they're all chanting, and you can kind of hear them chanting in a language you don't really understand. And you look up towards the altar again with your dagger just sitting there glowing on it, and this great circular like stone seal behind it. There's this large pounding boom, and the stone like cracks down the middle. And as it cracks, you see this like dark smoke pouring into the room through the crack. The people in the room, their chanting gets louder. They hold up their hands in like religious exultation. And then the vision fades to black.
She's
What
gonna
did
keep
you
that to
see?
herself.
What did you see?
Nothing really. I guess it just works on you guys.
Do you want to make a deception?
She said insight. She said that bitch lying.
I mean, I'll insight too.
Yeah.
I
go
mean, I
for
feel
it.
like Mafia is
Oh god.
constantly trying to figure out if people are lying to her, so.
I'm assuming this is a deception roll.
Yeah, I mean, we all know you're lying,
And a
so
prayer.
you don't have to make it in
Yeah,
secret.
I'm lying hard.
How did I roll?
Whoa, hold on. How'd you do that?
Is that a 23, Daren?
Yes, actually.
Okay, I thought so. All right, because the lowest you can roll is a 10, right?
On insight,
The
yes.
check mark doesn't mean anything, right?
The what?
It means you
check
have
mark just means
proficiency.
you're
The check-
proficient.
Yeah, it just means you're proficient.
Oh, okay, so that's not advantage. Sorry.
Yeah, you good.
No, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, you don't check an unchecked
Ah,
stuff.
shit!
Yeah, deception is it's a charisma, so you don't get things for that.
Makia is gonna look at you. Well, you can't tell what expression she has, but she's going to say, "Are you sure you were looking at it for a while?"
Dear, you really shouldn't lie to somebody that's very good at it.
What does that mean?
Am I allowed to
Lucero
I'm a good liar.
looks at Daren from around the wall.
Oh, come on. I have just told you I managed to sneak my way into heaven. I'm pretty sure you can tell I'm a good liar.
Twitch?
Let me
You know
kill.
what? Never mind on you. What?
Hot meat kettle.
If I can I do another deception roll if I lie again?
Uh,
Can try.
Sure.
Daren's gonna see through your shit, but okay.
Cool.
Yeah, if you
Just
totally
got
different.
done a major medical
Yeah,
procedure. I'm kind of tired. You'd be zoning out if you were in this.
No worries, no worries. If you tell another lie and you want to make another roll, you can.
That was the roll. That was the lie. But I guess it came out more of a persuasion situation.
Well,
If
because if you're telling a lie anyways, it's still deception.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You can.
Although I guess you did technically. Well, wait, did you have a?
It's worse.
she
It got worse.
She performed the procedure, but
Procedure on
Makia is
loose.
not believe. Let me roll my insight. I highly doubt
I mean, I was about to say it
Makia
doesn't really
would
matter
believe
because your
that.
like bonus is the same, so it would just be
Yeah.
we needed to change that.
Makia
yeah,
doesn't believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dear, if you saw something, just let us know.
Hold on, I have to find a gift real quick.
You're fine.
You ask us to trust you, but then when we give you ways to prove you are trustworthy, you just keep lying.
This one does have a point.
Or it's bad enough she doesn't want to bury us with it.
I mean, all of us have had pretty bad visions. I don't know what could be worse than your home literally falling apart.
Mine was fine. Sun could use some water.
My home is in ruins. It's okay.
I would disagree.
Look, at least it'd be interesting up there.
I don't think the rest of the Sun's
At
followers
least you
find it
understand
interesting.
what it yours. Sorry, I just said that all over you. I'm so sorry.
No, it's, you go ahead.
Luce is gonna like
Did
just
it
turn
even
back
come
to
over?
Mark, pull back out their spell book, and like attempt to teach them.
What are you doing? You haven't explained what happened in yours yet either.
Nope.
Oh yeah, what was yours like?
Nope. Not giving that rat bastard any more attention than he deserves.
What?
Who?
The gold guy. And, like, they do like a wave hand.
Yeah, make a. Oh, golly. Let me look at something. I think I'm gonna have you make a save, Lucero. Give me 1 second.
Oh, goody.
Let me just take a look.
Immediately after you say the gold guy, Makie's attention is fully on you.
Speaking of, why can't I have my hammer back?
Why do you think?
It's my weapon. That's what.
And what does your weapon do?
Only if I get the killing blow.
Did you?
Aaron, tell her to give me my hammer back.
I have no idea why she's keeping it from you.
Did you ever figure out the questions that I had asked you about it before?
Who was that directed at?
Maury.
Oh.
I am blanking about the questions.
If the hammer is specific to the Arcana that you were serving, well, I guess everybody knows because you're sending, or if it's to whoever you actively serve.
Here we go. This is what I was looking
So who?
As far as I'm aware of, it's to the one that gifted it to me.
Okay. Well then, Makie will say, if it was gifted to you by someone who you no longer serve, don't you think they'll get suspicious if you suddenly start sending them?
Lucero, make a wisdom save.
I'm so glad I have advantage right now. Probably still didn't help me.
17. I think that's a fail. Let me check. Yeah.
I came back to life to just immediately die.
Yeah, it's a fail.
Would be funny.
You're not going to die or anything. Don't worry.
Just immediately takes like 200 points of psychic damage.
You don't take any damage, but you do get like a headache. Like your head really hurts for a second. You see the guy looking at you again. You see him like it's in your head clearly. Like you're aware of that. You're not like somewhere else right now. You're still here in the void talking to Makie, but you get this like piercing headache, and you can see his face looking at you again, saying, "I see you." Okay. Oh god dang it. Hang on. Okay. You feel a change in your mind. Like something like clicking into place. You feel some kind of yeah, like a link sort of like falling into place. Like a gear turns and catches on the tooth of another gear. This other gear isn't like it. The feeling isn't uncomfortable. It almost feels right, like and familiar. And like when it happens, it almost feels like oh, I remember this. Like you have this feeling in the back of your head, like, oh, how could I forget this? I remember what this is. Like this sort of like surreal feeling. Everyone looking at Lucero, the gold in Lucero's nose and eyes starts to glow, emit light within a 5-foot radius, specifically for a few seconds. Just making sure nothing else happens. Hang on. Oh God. Oh, okay.
What are you doing to me?
Okay.
That's a fun sentence.
Wait. You have an effect on you. But I'm not gonna tell you what it is.
Can I at least know if it's good or bad?
It's neither, really. It's kind of neutral, to be honest with you. I know that sounds weird as shit, right? Like I'm looking, but yeah, it's not really like good or bad. I'll be honest with you. Okay. The glow fades, and the sort of like headache goes away. But you still have that weird feel, like something clicked into place in your head. You can't really like place it. You don't feel anything invasive. Like there's nothing like pressing on your mind or like trying to take over it or anything. It's not really like an attacking feeling. It just feels familiar, but you just can't remember where you felt it before.
And I link all of the, even though it doesn't feel wrong, can I link all of the feelings to him?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Hair on the back of Luce's neck stands up, and like Luce like back arches and literally hisses like "fuck off." Like
Yeah,
this is
okay.
out loud where everybody can hear.
What's going on?
They are going to shut their eyes and cling to their head.
What's going on? Talk to me. Did something go wrong? Lucero?
I don't know.
What happened?
That guy.
What did he do?
It courts.
Yes.
How do you sever connections?
How do I sever connections? I usually
Unwanted.
Usually there's a spell for that, but I don't have access to that right now. You might.
What's
You
the spell?
know, I believe it's non-detection.
Can I make some kind of roll to see if that's what I need to try to sever this connection?
Why don't you link the spell and let's take a look at it.
I don't have it in my spell list, but I did find it, so there it is.
You hide a target that you touch from divination magic. Target can be a willing creature or place or an object that no longer than 10 feet in any dimension. The target can't be targeted by divination magic received through magical scrying sensors. Make an intelligence check.
It's only a 3rd level spell. Intelligence? Just straight intelligence?
Arcana is fine if you want to roll Arcana. Okay. So the spell would protect you from anyone casting magic to see what's going on with you. Like if there is specifically divination spells, but like things like scrying, I think is an example of a divination spell that can look at you. I think that's right. Let me check if that's actually scrying.
Yeah,
if it's
it
actually
specifies scrying on there.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's a divination spell. I guess it is. It's 5th level divination. What's another one? There's like a mind reading spell, like, or something like that. What's the one that you use for that? You guys?
Detect thoughts.
Detect thoughts. I think you're right. Let me see if that's divination.
I have detect thoughts. Give me just a second and I can find it.
My roll 20 is being a tad bit laggy. Detect thoughts. I got it right here. As soon as the tab loads, here we go. This is 2nd level psychogenic. I don't know. Really, roll 20? That can't be right. I'm pretty sure that's not a school of magic.
It's under the divination.
Okay, so yeah, it would apply to.
Classification.
Yeah, it would definitely apply to that too. Yeah, you can also target. So you'd be targeting presumably yourself, or I guess you could target an area if you wanted to get other people in it for whatever reason. Maybe that would work, or I guess they wouldn't be able to target that area. I'm not. Yeah, and they also can't use scrying sensors, so the scrying spell. If they had like maybe an object that they could watch you through or something like that, I'd probably apply it to that also. So reading thoughts, magic, stuff like that. It would work on that.
But from what I've felt, though, would it help me with what's going on with me?
What happened with you felt like more than just a spell. Like it felt like some kind of psychic connection. More
what candor is?
You could equate it to something like what Candor or Hands is experiencing, sure. But something about it felt really familiar to you. Like you've experienced it before, but you just can't remember when or like place when it happened. But it feels like almost kind of in this weird way, it sort of feels like home. Which is odd to you because you clearly don't like this guy. But in like a weird way, it kind of feels right. And that probably upsets you even more.
Makia is gonna point at Abe and Flo and say, that fear thing that you do when you don't like bugs and what you did to her when she was acting all crazy.
Yeah.
Can you do that to him?
Yeah.
What
I cast Resilience Sphere.
Oh, that I'm in the hamster ball again. Oh.
All right, so you cast the hamster ball. Okay. Sphere shimmering force encloses
Can
creature
we rename
object
it that?
of sure, yeah. I don't if you want to.
A hamster ball.
Unwilling creature must make a dex save. Presumably you're willing. Yeah?
I don't even think Luz is aware enough to even fight it right now, considering they're like curled into a ball.
Okay. Creatures enclosed, nothing, not physical objects, energy, or other spell effects can pass through the barrier, in or out. though a creature in the sphere can breathe there. The sphere is immune to all damage. Creature object in the center can be damaged by attacks originating out of the sphere. Damage anything outside of its sphere is weightless. It is large enough to contain the creature. Objects inside an enclosed creature may use its action to push against the sphere. Blah 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 blah. All right, you get this sphere on you. Cool.
Does it seem to help?
I mean, nothing happens. Like, you don't feel any changes or anything. You're also not experiencing, like, the vision anymore or anything. Like, even if it was still going when you cast the sphere, it would probably cut that off. The glowing and everything has stopped. The headache has gone away. Yeah, I mean, as far as like that sort of right feeling, that sort of like gear clicking into place you didn't know about, that doesn't change either.
So does Lucero stay curled up?
I think they would get into like a kneeling position. They'd probably keep their eyes closed though to try to limit, at least right now, what can be perceived, not knowing what this is.
Yeah, like,
So you still seem... I can't remember if we were talking to people through this or if they just heard silence. But
No, we can discuss through it. Yeah, we've talked through it.
okay. Then Maki is asking you, did that help? Do you feel better? What's going on?
make an
Headaches.
Make an intelligence check. You know all like the physical effects are gone, the headache and everything. You're searching your mind, you're kind of like focusing to see if there's like any other presence there. You don't feel one. You don't feel any other presence there. You're looking for a voice somewhere in your mind. You don't feel one there. You don't hear one. When you scream out into the darkness of your mind, you don't hear an echo or like anything speak back.
I don't know what you said. It sounded like
The
you were
aliens have them.
underwater.
I think Lucero
aliens
said,
have
"I think I'm
dragged you
good for
underwater."
now."
I think I'm okay for now. Yeah, it's like slow, hesitant. Like they're still clearly like mentally checking themselves over just to make sure, kind of thing.
Do you think
Oh,
it's...
that's good. I don't have to stab you with a psychic dagger.
Maki tends to stare at you for a moment.
What?
Do you
You
think
know,
they're
trying
like-
like psychic resonance sort of thing. Maybe hurt the other person.
Their like lips twitch into a smile at that.
Do you think it's the sphere helping or something else?
I don't think it's the sphere. I still feel whatever was instilled, some kind of... But he's not there, but it's some kind of like connection, maybe an anchor point. I don't know.
If there's a connection, can you try to utilize it?
Maybe if he opens it back up, it's potentially a one-way door.
Could always try following it back. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Considering who it is, That's probably not something I'm prepared to do.
I can help. We'll start you out with some meditation. Calm your mind.
We just get like this half smile, half exasperated sigh. I
Look,
know
I'm a
how
bit
to
accomplished in this. I can throw psychic daggers, so I think I'm a little bit better in the psychic regard than you are.
Not really. That's not exactly what I'm talking about, Daren dear. More in the power level gap.
Eh?
Did he choose I'm no longer useful?
Dude.
You know how you were talking about you kept secret for roughly 450 years because you were afraid of just popping out of existence, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a feeling I don't need to be in heaven for this person to do that.
Oh.
Considering this was the person, and I am willing to take the potential role for this, considering this is the person that my dear wife here said is from the hidden realm that we didn't even know existed. And I know I need to make a roll because I thought / talked about it. What was it again? Wisdom?
What are you rolling
Yeah, I
for?
think it was a wisdom save.
Because I talked
They
about
talked
the
about the 14th district.
23rd district.
Oh,
That one. Why do I keep thinking 14?
Yeah, roll a wisdom. Cursed made
He's
it.
back!
Cursed made a secret
Oh.
roll. Man. Okay, so you both have failed. So, congratulations, you're taking a little bit of damage, Lucero.
Fantastic.
10. I rolled good. 10 psychic damage.
Ow.
Does the voice come back?
When you're thinking about the district, you're still in the sphere, right?
Yes.
It lasts for a minute. The voice does not come back. No, nothing like that happens.
Okay.
Do we have to make things hearing about the district again?
Sorry?
Do we have to make checks hearing about it?
Yeah, I mean, what I probably could do is give you a really high wisdom save to see if you can stop yourself from thinking about it when you hear about it. I guess that's kind of fair. But you could. Here's my question: are you trying not to think about it?
Not particularly.
All right, make your wisdom save.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily be trying to not think about it.
All right, you also take some damage.
Oh, nat 20.
You're all right.
There you go.
Damn.
Okay.
The only reason I succeeded there was a nat 20, probably.
What would I need to roll to try to shift into a face that I've seen?
Isn't that just a skill for an ability for a changeling?
I think it's
I
just
think
something
it's
you
just
can
that you
do.
have to have
Usually
seen them
changelings.
before. Is the only
Yeah.
rule. Usually.
I mean, I've seen his face.
Yeah.
Clothes aren't going to be right, and Luce's gonna shift.
Okay, you changed to look like him.
Yep.
Okay. Sure.
We're all gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Do you keep
Well, I don't know.
Do you keep the horns or anything? We've talked about how your changeling forms might be different now.
Well, I think part of it was like I don't really get much of a choice about the horns right now. At least,
Yeah.
they stay.
Yeah. So you look like him with these two horns coming out of the back of his head.
Can you at least
And
change
the
the color
ribbons.
of your horns? Make them gold.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. You look like him with two golden horns. It definitely fits.
I mean, I don't think I'm like an absolute perfect replica, so I don't see why they would have to take stuff. Because I'm not going to be an absolute perfect replica. Kind of like how we were talking about tarot cards
Yeah.
at one time.
Here. This is what he looks like, by the way.
Are you looking like this?
They asked me to.
So this is the guy that lives in that district.
Apparently. And Luce is like swinging their arms at their side, like completely making this man look completely like unimpressed. Yeah.
I look around the area to see if anybody has seen this man before. Like
Can I get out of the
any
bubble
signs
now?
of like
Yeah,
Since we've learned that it doesn't cut the connection.
Like everyone in the hovel, I don't think anybody besides Makie recognizes this guy. Did you say you were dropping the sphere?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, sphere drops. Nothing really changes, Lucero.
After a few moments, I quickly changed back. I don't like being in that form.
What form do you change into? Your normal the base changeling form, or are you changing into one of your others? Oh, okay.
Base changeling right now.
Are you going to explain what you saw?
He looked at me and he said, "I see you."
So it can be the present that we're seeing?
Apparently, considering he set up a link with me.
What did the area around you look like?
Old?
Did it look destroyed? Did it look like there was some let me quote what I saw. Did it look like there was a brilliant golden light just destroying warriors?
I wasn't exactly paying attention to what was around me, considering what was right in front of me.
If you want, I can describe again what you saw.
No, it's good because Luce literally wouldn't have been paying attention to what was around him, considering what was right in front of him. Also, 11 passive perception.
Yeah.
I guess there's no way to tell.
He summoned a light at the end, right before Cursed grabbed it.
At the end. So what we're seeing might be out of order, but yours is likely current.
Here,
Possibly.
I just want to remind you of something, Lucero. In the vision, you were all standing there. Everyone here was standing there. Mirkrith was there. Daren /
Okay, so you probably won't die up there.
Makie was there. All of these people.
I probably would add that We were there.
Yeah.
Then
Hey,
that's
that means you
not
probably won't
very-
die up there.
Or we did something down here first.
Oh, yeah, possibly.
But that means you come back to heaven with us.
Wait, what?
'Cause you were there too.
Nope, these things are detective.
Or, I mean, if you save heaven, that means all the Arcana kind of owe you big time.
Look,
It's
I've worked
true.
for them for a long time. I think I know that they are not, the best at completely following through on things like that.
Some of them are.
Depends on the right ones.
Right, I'm sure some of them are great. It's just, all of the rest.
If you continue to be honest with us, then I might be able to put in a good word for you with Suki-sama.
Oh, great. So swap out one celestial object for another.
Makie.
Nothing against yours, but, just in general.
If you'd be so kind, take a sliver of the stone off my hammer and give it to Candor.
What?
Considering who gave it to me, I doubt anybody would bother him.
Why you want me to take a sliver off?
Considering you won't give me my hammer,
Isn't that hard to do? Taking a sliver of a hammer.
it's made out of moonstone.
Is that easier to do?
I was about to say, I'm not a blacksmith, so I don't know what that means. I mean, I can, just cut off a little bit.
Typically,
Does that mean you're-
typically magic weapons can't be damaged except by extreme means, like with another magic weapon or thrown into a volcano or something like that, or covered in acid. Maybe I think actually magic weapons might be immune to acid. I can't remember exactly how that works.
I feel like they probably are immune to acid.
But they're hard to damage, so like cutting a piece off of one be really difficult to do, and it could damage it.
Probably need a magic weapon blacksmith to be able to do something like that.
Probably.
You're just wanting this to put him under Suki-sama's protection?
Yep.
I mean, I could try holding it, but I'm not exactly a Warhammer kind of guy, if you understand.
I would also like to eventually get my hammer back, if that would be okay.
I mean, I'm definitely not taking it forever.
Are you going to serve Suki-sama?
Who is that to?
You. Whoever wants the hammer.
I don't think I stopped.
Okay, so what's happening here? What's going on?
I have no idea.
Like, I just want
Liz is trying to get their weapon back.
Okay.
And give the weapon back.
Wife is basically holding it over their heads.
Yeah, I thought you wanted to break that chain.
One way or another, I need a weapon.
We can find you another.
And what am I to do in the meantime?
Makia digs in her bag and pulls out a short sword.
A short sword for you. A short sword +1.
Yeah, mine's a short sword +1.
Why don't you just switch weapons with Ruin? I mean, he's got a glaive.
I have
You still have his battle axe.
It's still in your bag of holding, isn't it? His battle axe.
Yeah. I am
just take
only
that.
proficient in warhammers, dear.
Oh.
Is that true? Do we need a deception check, or is that true?
I mean, I can do like daggers and stuff too, but it's the only like real weapon I can do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they only get one.
I
Yeah.
only get I pick a weapon and that is my weapon.
Yeah.
That
Well,
is
good
why I
news.
told
We're at a place
Mard,
where we
like,
could buy
he-
one.
I have a dagger. If you want a dagger.
I have daggers.
Oh.
Like I said, we can go buy you a different Warhammer.
That's my warhammer.
Yes, but I don't know what is going on and why they're not giving it to you rather than just, besides the whole not serving the thing.
Because of what it does. And they're like giving Maki like the most exasperated look.
What does it do?
Yeah.
You want to tell them?
Does it have to do with the things evaporating when you smash them?
Yes.
Yeah. They don't just disappear. I mean, we do have a grisly way to get out of here. Not an advisable way to go.
And one of us would need to stay behind.
Probably me, considering it's my hammer.
I mean, either way, we should probably try and do something. Are you?
Is it long
both
enough that I
done
have attuned?
Yeah, I was about to say, are you both done attuning with your various things that you needed?
Has it been an hour yet?
It's been over an hour. It's been 2 hours and 45 minutes, actually, since we started the session.
Look, all I need to know is, are you wanted to break your chain? I thought that's what you did. I need to know if you are serving Suki-sama or if your chain is broken.
Look, I've been serving the moon for 10 millennia now. I highly doubt me getting revived down in the void and doing this, and they like flap their arms, is honestly going to make them let me go that easy.
No, I rather think not.
I mean, let's be honest, if it was that easy, do we really think Uberma would have been allowed back in heaven?
That's true. Fine. She will pull out the hammer. I like it better this way anyway.
I will grab a hold of my hammer.
All right, so is it a contested check?
No, she's just handing it.
Okay. Dang
I was about to say, like, what?
All right.
Do I just like explode into a pile of meat as soon as I grab the hammer?
No, you're fine.
Just
Nothing.
falls apart
Meat
from their
boy.
component like atoms.
No, you grab the hammer. It's a
Yeah.
hammer. I mean, yeah. You have it back now.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Now that that's
Since
settled,
we, I was about to say, since we mentioned Ruin's war axe, I think is what it was called. Luce is going to like finally dig that out of that and all their other junk and pull it out of their bag.
Wow, junk. So
Like,
nice.
I have been holding on to all this shit for so long.
All right. So are you handing the blood axe back to Ruin?
and he goes.
I think
on
they
a
hold on to it. Like,
screen.
they have to kind of like tug it from their hand a little bit because it's just like memories of what happened last time they had the blood axe, but they do eventually relinquish it over.
Yeah, why did you guys take it away from him again? 'Cause
He was
He
killing
was
us.
trying to kill
crazy.
people.
Yeah, he went
He was,
crazy.
he
Yeah.
was trying to kill Lucero, and somebody else was with Hands. Hands and Lucero had basically chased him down, and he was trying to kill them.
Yeah, and you guys resolved the whole murderous rampage thing by killing him, right?
And then took his weapon because it was doing scary
I-
things.
I put him in a mental prison and I told him not to move, and he moved.
Yeah. Now that that's out of the way, back to we've learned what happened in Ruso's vision, kind of. Now I'm waiting for you to explain yours. She turns to Cursed Deception. Because you are obviously lying.
We still haven't. We're still.
Maki
Why-
doesn't
why
let
don't
things
we
go.
Um,
The hellish scholar is waiting on us. Why don't we walk and talk? Walk and talk.
actually,
Walk and talk.
I have a question for Sam real quick. It's
Sure.
been a whole day, right? Because we waited until that thing changed. Or
The lapse.
the
You
last
haven't.
thing.
Okay, so the timer for the bugs was at like basically at the start of the next time you needed to long rest. You haven't done the long rest yet, or whatever, right? You're tired, like you're not gonna refresh spells from it. But if you go without sleeping, you're gonna take exhaustion.
I've had a nap. I'm good.
Oh wait, are you asking because
Lucero,
of your
you're kind of fine. Yeah, Lucero, you were dead, so you're okay. But
I actually need to ask, does that count as dawn then?
I mean, you're pushing like early morning.
Does the
hours.
does that actual thing that we watched, does it count as dawn? There are specific items that recharge exactly at dawn.
Oh yeah. Instead of 24 hours, it's at dawn.
Okay.
I feel like it
Here's what I'll say. If we're gonna go ahead and reset the timers on that, you all take a point of exhaustion, because dawn is supposed to be like the start of the next day. So
Well, yeah, that's why we're asking for like now and future.
yeah. So like, here's what I'll say: either you long rest now or in the next couple minutes, or you take a point of exhaustion and you go ahead and refresh all your dawn stuff.
Well, that's what I was going to suggest to Lucero was we probably shouldn't go right now because we're tired and need to go to sleep.
Yeah, Lucero's fine.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Would have
We
thought
did
y'all
all-
would have slept. My apologies. Would have thought y'all would have slept first. Y'all go sleep. I'll keep watch.
We did mostly just bring you here and do things, so nope, no sleep yet.
So,
Well, no, if that was dawn, then there is light now.
So I'm going to use a 4th level spell slot to make a bed. a nice, comfy bed,
All right, sure. Yeah.
king size.
Oh my
People
god.
to sleep with me.
Or do you want to make a
Okay.
mansion again?
I don't have a spell slot for a mansion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Maki
Well-
is debating on crawling on the bed and crawling into Lucero's lap.
Wait. What? What was it? Magnificent Mansion?
Yeah.
Are you gonna cast it, Lucero?
I am.
Yeah, you're about to refresh your spell slots if you get some
Ooh.
light.
It's gonna be a new mansion with a new map.
Mm.
Because it's not.
You guys
What?
have more light, right? Oh, sorry, someone in the Discord is saying,
Yeah.
yeah, there's more light, right? You guys have more.
Need to
Yep.
do.
Yeah.
Oh god.
There you go.
I'm going to step outside the hovel to cast this because this could end very badly considering I need a 24 for this Arcana.
Oh,
Okay. All right. It is essentially a long rest in a bottle, yes. I
Yeah, pretty
guess
much.
that's true, yeah.
we could all try and use one, but then we'd start running low.
All right. Well, you succeed by 3.
Woo!
So you're casting Magnificent Mansion, right?
Yep.
What does yours look like? Like, is it different?
Oh yeah. It is very different from Quartz's. Basically think of like a like an oversized hobbit hole with like one main hallway with a lot of with rooms branching off, plush beds, probably mainly earthen tones, but with an Asian influence to them.
Okay.
Large kitchen, lots of seating everywhere. There's probably children's toys scattered around.
All right. Let's see if I can
Definitely
whip together something really quick. Continue.
definitely more than enough rooms for everybody. There's probably close to like 15-ish bedrooms, each one single. Makie would recognize the area.
Sorry, I missed that description.
It's a hobbit hole with lots of
Oh,
and toys.
Think rich hobbit.
With an Asian influence.
yes.
It's an Asian household, so we take off our shoes.
Yes. Home, sweet home. Makie doesn't wear shoes, so she wipes her feet and then darts in.
Ours should be in the usual spot. Unless it's moved.
Why would it be moved?
Sometimes with this spell, sometimes things shift about.
Chorus is gonna sigh and probably go. She's gonna say, "I wish you could have told me you were going to cast that spell before I made this bet."
My
And
apologies.
then she's gonna go into the mansion.
I didn't think about it until you cast the bed.
Is everyone else going in? Or what's...
Yeah, I think the NPCs will all go in.
Yeah, go now.
Makie stands just inside, making sure everyone takes their shoes off or wipes their feet.
Courts will honor the protocol.
Lucy's just like, it's a magic house. I don't care. Like, they do it out of habit, but it's just like, I don't care. It's gonna disappear after 24 hours.
I mean, you've got invisible servants who will literally clean it up afterwards anyway.
Yeah.
It's the principle of the thing.
It's also habit for Makie to remind people to wipe their feet. So.
Yeah. I think one of the things they do, even though they summoned it that way, is without thinking they like start picking up the toys to put them away in baskets.
I might have something. I don't know. Give me it's gonna take a couple more minutes to refine, I think.
Are you going to explain what you saw or not?
Depends. Are they still here?
Huh?
Makie is continuing to insist that you say what you saw, since she's pretty sure you were lying every time you said something to her about it.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Kirst.
She's talking to Kirst.
Oh,
She is.
that is the question. I don't know if they're still here. They said earlier that they tried to sneak away.
Oh, did they?
It was more of a sneak away to like the back of the pack to not be talked to anymore.
Okay, making sure.
Now she's in their house and she has no choice.
Okay, making sure.
No, I appreciate you. At some point I also had a rock, so like I never said I put down the rock. I hope you don't like Makie very much.
Just walk in with the rock.
I'm sorry. The rock is now next to my shoes at the door.
I mean, if you like the rock, you can keep it. I don't know why you don't have to just leave it with your shoe. You might want to clean it first.
I guess murder rock comes with me. No.
Luz pokes her head at the kitchen. What about a rock?
He found
You
a
rock.
he
This
liked.
house rocks.
She's trying to change the subject and not say what she saw.
Makie, do you think you could break this rock open and have a geode in there?
Is it light for its size?
I don't know. I just don't want to talk about what she wants to talk about.
Person, would you like to help me make some dinner?
I would love to do that for you. Here, watch the rock, and I put the rock in front of Makie when I walk
No,
away.
Makie follows. She's not taking no for an answer.
Damn.
As soon as Makie comes in, Luce tosses her potatoes.
Makie will start preparing the potatoes.
I don't know why, but I'm suddenly craving soup, so we're having soup.
I mean, you were in a bug soup.
Their head like pops up and they just like blink at her. I do what?
We killed the bugs by making soup out of them.
She's right. We made bug soup out of you.
Just like look between the two, like Oh, did what?
Listen, would you rather have that weird heat in your foot, or would you rather be full of bugs? There was 2 choices. Vast majority of us like the weird foot thing and the no bug thing. So,
If you have more questions, you can always ask Daren.
yeah, Daren put you in.
What? I was just getting
You
comfortable.
made soup out of me?
No?
Excuse me, Lucero. I know this is a very important conversation, but do you have? Can you show me to the room, please? I would like to go to sleep.
I can show you to a room.
Thank you.
Hang on. I might have a map, but it's kind of just one large room, if that's okay. There is a really nice bed in there now, though.
Theater of
The
the
nicest
mind.
bed.
It is like
Torch just takes over Lucero's and Makie's room because it has the best bed in the house.
Oh no, Makie does not even show Quartz that room.
Here. Is this okay?
It's nice.
That was cool.
Nice. One big bed. Puddle.
We just all snuggle later.
Yeah.
Do you remember how many sets it was that Makie and Lucero had? I only remember they had 12 kids, but they probably had them in rooms according to...
They had 3. 3 or 4.
No, there was more. No, that was how many there were total, or like per set. I was trying to remember how many sets. Was it 5 sets of kids? I don't know. There's probably about 5 to 6 rooms. Aside
They
from
would have also
Makie
had
and
plenty of
Lucero.
rooms for guests. They would have also had plenty of rooms for like guests and stuff too.
Oh, that's
Oh.
true. That's true.
Oh, I said like a dozen to 15 rooms.
Oh, okay. Well, then Makie will say, you don't go in that room, that room, that room, that room, or that room. Those are our rooms.
It's a magical house. They can, as long as it's not our room, I don't think it matters which room they go in.
Okay, you don't have to explain to me which rooms I don't go in. Just tell me the rooms that I do.
Well, you can go in all the ones that I say don't go into.
Which one's the biggest?
She'll lead you over to one of the guest. Actually, it's probably one of the rooms that had the. No, because she's not letting you go into the children's rooms. Yeah, she's not going to let you go into the children's room, so she will take you to one of the guest rooms.
I go to the guest room.
Sure. We'll say like one of these paths over here leads to like maybe this way or something leads to the guest room. Or yeah, something like that. Like there's a path there where that light is. Boop.
Makie, dear, you know just because it looks like their room doesn't mean it's actually their room.
No, it's still their room.
Hey, dear.
If they stayed here with us, then they would choose that room.
Fair.
I guess whenever Makie does show Quartz a room, she's gonna go in and how big is the bed in the guest room?
You don't see a bed when you first walk in.
Oh, well then Quartz will just make her own bed.
Makie will
drag the bed into the room.
Makie follows you in and opens a closet and pulls a futon out.
Oh, it's a closet?
There's a closet, and she'll pull a futon
Oh God,
out
it's a
for
deadly,
you.
deadly Murphy bed.
I think we would have bedrooms with European-style beds because of
Oh.
Lucero.
Gotcha. Quartz is gonna look at it and be like, oh, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Give it
Yeah,
a
we
try,
will.
Quartz. They're comfier than they look.
I will do that. And
They're
then she'll
nice
wait for
and
both of them to leave the room.
Fluffy and warm.
Thank you
You're
for
gonna
your
summon your own bed, aren't you?
Thank you. I will. I'm actually very, very tired. I will see you all in the morning. Thank you for the room.
Well,
And she waits for them to leave the room.
and then she
Mafia
summons
with
her own bed,
goats.
doesn't she?
Yeah.
Kia, can I
Okay.
ask you an OOC question real quick? I'm so sorry.
Sure.
Is she refusing to use the futon because she doesn't know how, or she knows that she has to sleep on the floor?
Or both.
No, she just wants to be the most comfortable. She wants the fluffiest bed.
This was a
Her
fluffy
own
The
bed.
futons looked really fluffy. They looked really
Yeah.
plush.
But it's not the fluffiest.
Yeah, she
The
wants
fluffiest.
the
Oh my
best.
God.
The best
It's not
available.
the best. Exactly.
Okay. I'm just over
After
here like, this
leaving-
is prissy. I love it.
After leaving Quartz's temporary room, Make will go around to other rooms and just start pulling out futons so that everybody else. Futons in the rooms that don't have Western beds.
Yeah, Luce would also check to make sure that some have Western beds, just to make sure. Before going back to Cursed to make soup
Alrighty. Sure.
from the soup store.
From the soup store. We're at soup.
So, do you all want to fast forward through your long rest here? We can do that.
Did we call it actually? Because it's almost time. I know Joanne has a hard cutoff.
Oh yeah, you had to dip out. Was it
I
11
got
Eastern?
goal.
Was it 11 Eastern? Okay.
Yeah, I got 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can call it
I
here.
have one question just because Luce would have stayed up.
Okay.
Luce would have poked and prodded at that connection point that they have. Do they get anything?
Ooh, yeah, probably. Make an intelligence save.
Ah, shit.
Would Lucero have? Yes. He's nice.
Wow.
Oh my god.
What were you,
You know
gonna
what?
say?
I think that's perfect to end the night on.
What were you gonna say, Makie?
Oh, I was gonna say, would Lucero have not gone with Makie if she wanted Lucero to join her?
It would
Or
have
would
been
he
I'll be there
waited for
in
her
a
to
little
sleep?
bit.
Okay.
Because they wouldn't want her to be around while they poked and prodded at the connection.
Hmm.
So they probably would have done the excuse of, I need to prep stuff for Mard's studies,
Makes sense.
knowing she wouldn't be interested in that.
I know exactly what you see, and this is
Oh, God.
going to be so
Terrifying.
so perfect.
Oh god.
Our old players may recognize this. I don't think the new players are going to know what's going on in this scene.
Oh no.
So here's what happens. You poke and prod at this connection. You feel this this sort of like gear in your mind. It's the best way I can describe it. This thing that's clicked into place. Again, you don't feel that presence like any other presence there. but you're centering your focus on this guy, the guy who was saying, "I see you," right?
I see you.
Mr. Golden Guy.
Yeah.
And you feel something happen. You do trigger, I mean, you can call it a vision, you can call it a memory. You get a look, you get a glimpse at something. And what you see is the inside of this kind of crummy looking bar, like an inn. Nurnum is there, actually. He's facing away from you, though. He's standing right in front of you, and he's facing away, and he's talking to these people that are in the inn.
Are there lots of plants?
Yeah, there's lots of plants. Yeah. There's a little kobold wearing a cloak. There's this shifty looking druid guy.
Yes. Kidding.
There's a human wearing bright cloth, like bright robes. There's what you see immediately, you think Tianchi, right? Like this, there's an angel there. There's someone like an Aasimar in D&D standard, a female Aasimar there. And there is a green lady there. There's a lady who's green who we haven't seen in a while. Am I missing anyone? Tim was probably there, right? There's a
He was
satyr.
there at some point. Yeah.
Was he the satyr at that point? I think he was. This is right before the showdown in the dirt.
Well,
Claes, yeah.
Timothy was. Yeah, I don't know which, like, what exact scene you're doing, but Timothy was with us there at that inn as well.
Yeah. I think this is right before you guys went to the Feywild.
Okay, then it would have been Claes was there.
Yeah. So this little satyr is there. I think that's everybody. And also you see, actually, you see Faith Lucero there. But she doesn't have any horns. And she's the only one in this group that you recognize that Nurnum is talking to. He's about to say something when you see your own hand come up behind Nurnum and put a hand on his shoulder. You feel your head turn towards the group, and you focus your gaze on this shifty-eyed looking druid who's sort of seated nearby, watching intently. And you sort of give him a wink, and then you and Nurnum, the scene around you changes, and you're suddenly standing on a rooftop with Nurnum. He immediately shakes his shoulder to get your hand off of him. He turns around to face you, and takes a fighting stance. You take a few steps back from him. You feel yourself almost glide, like you don't feel feet on wood on this rooftop. You see your hand reach out into the air and pluck from the air a golden spear. You point the spear towards Nurnum. Then the what you're seeing lunges forward a couple moments, like it just skips forward. The position where you guys are standing on the rooftop has changed. Nurnum's now holding his side. There's blood coming between his fingers. He looks up to you and he says something. He says, "Don't you lie to me." And then he rushes towards you. You're surprised. You had assumed the fight was over. That his death was basically inevitable, that he was just going to accept it. You're surprised that there's still defiance left in him. He makes contact with you. You feel Nurnum collide into you. You try to bring this spear around, but he comes at you so unexpected. You can't get it around in time. He tackles into you. You both go falling off of the roof. And then you hear this pop sound, this faint kind of popping sound, and you feel like your stomach lurch, and then you're back in the hovel. And that's where we end tonight's session.
Luce gets a cat ate the canary grin on his face. Of course, he's like staring at it, nobody in particular, and goes, "And now I see you."
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Good job today, guys. So let's do XP really quick, and then we'll wrap up. I know some of us need to get out of here like now.
Yeah.
So we didn't have any combat.
No combat.
We had lots of RP.
Mental combat?
No, there was no mental combat. Nice try.
I mean, I took some damage because of Mr. Goldie Dude.
Gotta
And
appreciate the hustle.
Mart also took some damage.
From you.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
bully.
I
You
had to remember
bully.
that.
That doesn't count as a combat.
I know, I'm kidding.
Let's see. So I think RP. The only thing really is I would have liked to see some more from Mirkrith today. I know
he also had some other things going on.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He's dealing with a sick cat. I hope Kitty Cat gets better.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking to nitpick, which since you guys are getting close to level 20, I might try to do.
Okay.
I'll just give you a 3 for RP because I think the RP was really good today. 1 point shy of max.
I'm fine with that.
Lore.
I think we did really good with lore quest, though.
You did.
We got a lot of that, yeah.
Yeah, and the way we got to end with a callback to like really early in the campaign was a neat opportunity I didn't really see coming. Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys full 4 for lore quest stuff.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff that we hinted at today too that we probably won't get answers on for a while.
My stuff.
Yeah, and the whole thing with Daren, everything, we got a lot of cool stuff today from that. And then the vision, like the different visions were really
the
cool.
paperwork.
And rule of cool. I mean,
They also learned about Lucero's weapon and they kind of learned what it does, but we didn't fully explain it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. We heard that it was given to you. We heard the chain somehow in relation to it, and that kind of thing. I definitely would like to learn more about that, for sure. But I'm still gonna give you guys full points for lore quest, and I think rule of cool too, because like the visions were all pretty neat. It was a good opportunity to do some stuff on the fly that I hadn't necessarily planned, and it led to some cool stuff. And then the twist at the end was really neat too. So I think all that was pretty cool. We got to see some cool stuff with just about everybody today. So
we are 2 points away. 2.
Well, we'll almost definitely get it next time.
Yeah.
Almost definitely. I hope it's a definitely.
So you guys got 11 today. So 2 points to 18. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good
what
stuff.
Did I get on 18? Anyways.
Good stuff today, guys. You guys did good.
Yeah.
So some last minute shout outs. Make sure here's the art credits for the Makie token and artwork. Let me check those things out there. Make sure and go say hey to Joanne on all the social medias and check out her art on Instagram, TikTok, Coffee, and now x.com/Asawan's Designs or Asawan's01 on X. You can check out the artwork for Vash, the shifty-eyed druid we saw at the end of today's session at deviantart.com/Jessica Pegarero. Here's the link for that. And you can jump into our Discord. It's free. It's public. You can see funny memes in the Chaos channel. You can ask lore questions. You can jump in on the conversation if you like. And of course, if you are watching on YouTube and you want to see the unedited, unfiltered, uncensored version of the video, you can become a Patreon on the Patreon page for $2. You get all the uncensored, unedited episodes. That's all I got. Thank you guys for playing. Pleasure as always. You guys did awesome. We'll be back with Broken on Wednesday for some more sci-fi tabletop stuff. And I'll see the rest of you guys Monday. We'll all be good next week.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody. Bye, everybody. Bye. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.